What does it mean to be a Warhawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the Warhawk way.
Welcome to the University Bookstore. The University Bookstore provides students with the opportunity to purchase apparel, gift items, textbooks, snacks, supplies, and other necessities right here on campus. The bookstore is also home to textbook rental, where you can find many of your required textbooks. Our friendly staff always goes the extra mile to provide customers with a quick and pleasant experience. Visit the bookstore today to find great deals on everything you need to succeed as a Warhawk.
What's up, guys? I'm Coby Brault and this is the $10 Chef. Now today we are making a classic dish. I'm talking chicken quesadillas. Now I know what you're thinking, Coby, that's just too simple of a dish. I already know how to make that. You can't show me anything new because I already make the perfect quesadilla. Well, I got news for you. I may just have a couple tips and tricks that can help take your quesadilla game to the next level. So first things first, let's see what ingredients we will need as always. Now, you'll need chicken for your chicken quesadillas. I prefer chicken breasts. I think those are the easiest to cook. So we got our chicken breasts over here. Next up, an avocado. I'll show you how that incorporates in a little bit here. After that, we'll need our Mexican style taco cheese blend. I just like the taco blend. I think it brings a little extra kick to the quesadilla. And last but not least, of course, you'll need your tortilla shells. Now I went with the extra large tortilla shells today, but that's just because I'm pretty hungry. I haven't eaten lunch yet. You can go with the large, one step down from that. It's really completely up to you. And again, you can incorporate more ingredients than this. You can add in any veggies you want, tomatoes, sour. I know a lot of people put sour cream in their quesadillas. I'm not a big sour cream guy. But yeah, so very simple recipe here. We only got 4 ingredients, but I will show you how all of it comes together to make a perfect chicken quesadilla after the break.
At the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, we're passionate about learning. Our talented faculty members blend teaching with research, creating hands-on learning experiences for students. Warhawk pride thrives at UW-Whitewater, where student athletes excel on the field and in the classroom, where diversity is celebrated. A tradition of excellence. Find your passion here.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website, our 24/7 stream, and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
At the University Bookstore, we have an excellent selection of competitively priced books and classroom necessities for students. We have Warhawk gear ranging from athletic apparel to comfy sweatshirts the whole family can enjoy. The textbook rental service is also available for students to check out their required readings for class. You can also find and order books, apparel, and gift items from our online catalog, located at UW-Whitewater-Bookstore.com. The University Bookstore. We provide for your college experiences.
Welcome back to the $10 Chef. Now I did a couple things over that last break. First things first, I got the chicken going. It's gonna need a little bit of time to cook, so we're gonna go check on it over at the stovetop in just a minute. But before we do that, we're gonna deal with the avocado. Now, all we're doing is cutting the avocado open and spreading it on one of our tortilla shells before we take it over there. You gotta put it on first. You can't apply the avocado after. You want it in the middle, mixed in with the cheese and the chicken, obviously. So to get into an avocado, all you gotta do is just cut it right in half. Now there's a pit in the middle, so you won't be able to cut all the way through. But if you just keep running your knife all the way around, and I did not get it exactly halfway, but that's where that comes in. Then I just like to spin it, pop it open, and there it goes. So now we got our two halves. This half has a pit, so I always use the half that doesn't have a pit first. And then you just dig in with a butter knife and spread that. Now this one is, it's not very ripe yet, but it will get the job done. So you just get in there, scoop that out. And when they're ripe, you can kind of almost spread it like butter. But when they're not quite as ripe, like this one is, you can just kind of put the chunks in there. They'll still taste the same once everything gets melted in with it. Now, the best way to tell if an avocado is ripe or not is if you can really squeeze it before you cut it open and it has a little give to it. That means it's ripe and ready to go. Now, none of the avocados at the store were ripe today, so we are just dealing with it. But yeah, so just get a bunch of chunks in there, and this will be the bottom tortilla, the one that goes on to the stovetop first. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute here. But I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll move right over to the stovetop, check on that chicken then. All right, as you can see, we have moved over to the stovetop. This chicken, I just flipped it. The biggest tip I can give you when cooking up the chicken is cut the breasts in half. I find that cooks a lot quicker, and you know, you can still put all your seasoning on it, same as usual, but it's also a lot easier to tell when it's done as well, versus letting, you know, cutting into a large chicken breast. If you have it cut in half, it tends to go a lot smoother. So the next thing we're gonna do is turn this bottom pan on. Now we're not putting anything in this pan, but we're gonna use it to put on top of the quesadilla when we start to make it. So just turn that on high just for a minute or two to get that bottom nice and warm. And you'll see the back left pan, that's where we're gonna put the quesadillas. All right, so we're gonna cut into a piece of the chicken and make sure that it's good. And you'll see nice and white in there, that means she's good to go. So I like to make it into, you know, smaller than the original half-cut strips. That way you get a piece in every bite, rather than some bites with a big honking piece and other bites with nothing. So there's that. We'll do that with one more here. But yeah, always cut it right in half, the first one, when you're testing to see if they're done or not. And if you get that that nice white color, that means they are good to go. You see some pink in there, probably throw it back. It's not like steak, you don't want your chicken medium rare, I promise you that. We're gonna head to a quick break.
It has been taking away our potential for decades, but since 2009, campuses nationwide are becoming tobacco-free. Tobacco has been eliminated from bars, restaurants, and many other public places. Why should our schools be any different? For more information, visit the Ambrose Health Center.
Video One Media Services provides accomplished students the opportunity to enhance their college experience by working with real-world clients. In addition, we provide clients local and affordable video options to better enhance their media needs. For more information on how Video One Media Services can help you with your next media project, email or call our office at 262-472-5659.
UWW-TV has been an important part of the campus and community since 1980.
Not only providing on-air learning opportunities for broadcast journalists and electronic media production students,
but educating and entertaining our audiences with award-winning news, live sports coverage, original programming,
as well as dedicating the mission to developing creative collaborations throughout campus.
For more information, visit our website, our 24/7 stream, and like us on Facebook.
Check us out because you gotta see what's on UWW-TV.
Alright, so we actually moved that pan that was on the back left burner up to the front right where we were cooking that chicken. That's easier. So you see that first shell I put down was the one that had the avocado that we cut up earlier. That is the bottom layer. And you're going to want this pan to be on about medium heat. Same with the chicken, you can cook that on medium heat. Apologize, I forgot to mention that. So now you're gonna wanna put that chicken you just cut, like so. Make sure it's spread out nice and evenly. If you got tongs, tongs work just as well to place it. So as you can see, I got some big pieces still, but you know, not nearly as big as those original strips that we had. So that's spread out nice and easy. Last up, we have the cheese. And you can put, you know, as little or as much as you'd like. I'd say that's about good. Now finally, we have the other shell that we're gonna throw on top. And then we're gonna put that pan right on top, hold everything in place, cook everything a little faster. So that's how it should look for you. Alright, so we've let this cook for a few minutes now. I think we might be just about ready for a flip. So we'll take that top one off. Now you'll need a spatula for this. And the trick is to get up underneath the bottom layer. Nice and easy. You can see how melty that cheese is getting. So pull the one side out first and then just flip it over nice and easy, just like that. And you can see this side starting to get crispy. You can put that small pan back on if you want. I'm not gonna, just because I don't think that we'll really need it. So another couple minutes on this side and then we will be good to go. Alright, so I am going to flip it one more time just to show you what that bottom's looking like. Again, you just have to be delicate in getting in underneath there. See, I kind of smushed it a little bit. It's always a fight. The problem is this pan's just a little bit too small. Like I said, I was hungry, so I said we're going with the extra large size, the grande today. So again, you pull the one side out and then give it a full flip. And now that is the color that we're looking for, nice and golden brown. Almost looks like a crunch wrap, honestly. So we'll give the other side just a minute. We're gonna head to a quick break, but when we come back, we are going to absolutely devour this delicious chicken quesadilla.
What does it mean to be a Warhawk?
It means allowing myself to dream big and think outside the box.
Pushing the limits of what I think is possible.
Seeing ideas through from start to finish.
Collaborating with professors and peers.
And seizing opportunities in the community to put my knowledge to use.
I'm studying abroad,
learning another language,
and listening to the stories of others.
I'm making lifelong friends and fearlessly sharing my gifts with the world.
As a Warhawk, I stay balanced,
take great care of myself,
and get out of my comfort zone.
I refuse to let the past determine my future.
And I'm taking confident steps in the direction of my dreams.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
And other times it couldn't be more exciting.
But I will keep my goals in mind
and never quit.
Because
that's the Warhawk way.
Welcome back from the break. I cannot hardly take it anymore. We gotta dive in. So let's do the close-up here, see what we're working with as we cut it open. So I don't really like to mess around with the quesadilla. I like to attack it, so I only cut it into quarters. You can cut it into eighths if you have a lot of friends around, although you shouldn't have a lot of friends around right now, but you know what I mean. So we'll cut it in half here, and then we will open it up and show you guys what the inside's looking like. Ooh, wow. Let me show you how that's looking there. Whoa. So you can see the chicken, cheese, and the avocado all evenly distributed. And I didn't really go too crazy with the cheese today, but you certainly can if you're a big dairy person. I know many of us are. You know, this is Wisconsin after all. So we'll finish cutting it into quarters here. Like so. And as I said earlier, I just want to reiterate, you know, quesadillas, that's a very, very loose interpretation of quesadilla. You know, you can legitimately put anything you want into it. It's just, the main thing you'll need is the cheese to hold everything together. And like I said, a lot of people like to do sour cream. That helps bind it too, but you can do other sauces, you know, queso, whatever the case may be. The pack of tortilla shells that I got, it's a 10-pack, so you get 5 quesadillas out of that. I like to do a little breakfast quesadilla in the morning with eggs, salsa, you know. But avocado, been really into avocado lately. Obviously love my chicken and cheese. We kept it simple today, but a couple tricks at the stovetop hopefully will enhance your quesadilla game. Enough talking though, I gotta dive into this and see what we are working with. It smells so good. Wow. I was speechless there for a second, sorry, holy cow. Now that is delicious. The shell's nice and crispy, chicken perfectly done, cheese nice and melty, and then avocado just gives it a little extra flavor. Very, very good. But I really do appreciate you guys rocking with us for the whole semester, you know, a couple different recipes. The main thing I'm trying to show you guys is how simple it is to cook for yourself. You know, you get takeout 4 or 5 times a week, and yeah, it's all delicious food all the time, but a lot of stuff you can make just the same at home. You know, you go to Taco Bell, get a chicken quesadilla. Now you can just stay at home and make a chicken quesadilla. Save yourself some money. Maybe even be a little healthier with it too. But like I said, appreciate everyone watching us for the whole semester. Make sure to tune in next time to the $10 Chef.